whenever they add and subtract like terms, they whenever they add and subtract like terms, they change the powers. Okay, so that's something you do not want to do. When I add variables together, when I add like terms, powers never change. Powers don't change when combining like terms. Okay, just the only thing that changes is the number in front. Okay, the leading coefficient. Okay, so the next one, can I add these two things together? No, I cannot. Why not? Well, they're both squared, but one of them is a y, one of them is an x. You can't add x's and y's, right? You can't add apples and oranges. So there's nothing I can do with that problem. It's as simple as it can get. So again, for something to be a like term, it's got to be the exact same power and the exact same variable. So let's go do a few examples of what you're doing on your first assignment. I'm putting answers in standard form. Okay, so make sure you're trying to do that if you've watched this video. If not, and you watched something else or got your info from somewhere else, it'll probably tell you the same thing, but no biggie. So here's how you're going to do it. You're gonna have most of these are set up with one parenthesis and then another parenthesis, and then in the middle is telling you what exactly you're doing, whether you're adding and subtracting. So the first one is I'm adding, and I'm going to start with the highest power in the problem. So if I look at all these terms, I got 6 to choose from. The highest power is squared. So we're going to start right here in the first parenthesis. Start in the first parenthesis, work left to right. And I'm looking for another x squared. So I got this guy and this guy to combine. And I'm going to add them. So 6x squared plus 3x squared is 9x squared. Again, we can add those together because they're both x squareds. Now, what I like to do when I add them, I like to mark them out so I don't mess with them anymore. So then the next highest power would be the x, right? Constants are always last, so this is a negative 4x, and this is a negative 6x, and I'm again adding them together. So negative 4x plus a negative 6x is a negative 10x. Taken care of, mark them out. And then the last one are your constants, and I have a 5 plus a negative 10. That's a negative 5. And that's all you do. That is added together. And if I wanted to classify this, it would be a quadratic, because the highest power is 2. Trinomial, because there are 3 terms. But I don't ask you to do that, just so you've seen it, though. Okay, so another one, in this one, the highest power is the x cubes. I got 8x cubed plus 3x cubed. So that's 11x cubed. Again, don't change the powers. The next highest power is x squared. I got 6x squared plus a negative 4x squared. That's a positive 2x squared. And then lastly, my constants. I have a 4 plus a negative 4. Well, 4 plus a negative 4 is 0. When something cancels, it's gone. It's going to be not, it's not going to show up in our answer. So I don't have any numbers. And that's the end of my problem. And this one would be a cubic binomial because it's a power of 3 and there are 2 terms. 2 more examples. This one is subtraction in the middle, so make sure you pay attention to what's happening in between them, what arithmetic is taking place. I have a 10x cubed minus a 4x cubed. That is a 6x cubed. And this one, yes, like you just saw, started with x cubes instead of x squareds. And this is supposed to be an x squared. Trying to keep it simple for us. That is something that could happen, but not today. So now, since I've changed that, it's negative 6x squared minus negative 4x squared. So negative 6 minus a negative 4. It becomes positive, right? So negative 6 plus 4. So I get negative 2x squared. Oh, don't forget to mark out what you've combined. And then I have 3x minus 3x. There it is again. Those cancel, so they're not in my answer. I just keep going. Pretend like, they never existed. They're gone. Then I go to my numbers. I have 10 minus a negative 6. That becomes 10 plus 6, or positive 16. So I have a cubic trinomial. Highest power is 3. And the number of terms is 3. So it's called a cubic trinomial. And then the last one. This is one that's not in order. Notice how all of these have kind of been in order for you. Okay, they kind of just put themselves into standard form. This one's not going to do that because the highest power is, you actually got to find it. It hasn't always been the first term that you saw. It's right here. It's 9x squared minus 10x squared. So 9 minus 10 is a negative 1x squared. And then the next highest power in the problem is 3x minus a negative 6x. 3 minus a negative 6 is 3 plus 6, so positive 9x. And then my number, negative 4 minus 8, is negative 12. And this would be a quadratic, my handwriting there is bad, trinomial. So again, what it means to be in standard form is you put the highest power down to the lowest power. But this is your first assignment. If you have any questions, email me, shoot me a message on Remind, contact me, maybe look up some stuff online if you need any help. And then the next video will tell you what to do for your second assignment. So I'll see you there.